Hello, hello. Welcome to the forecast for February 17th until the 23rd. We are in 2025, and this coming week is more serious. There is a lot of deep focus available to us. It's time to get to work. It's time to get to work. There's not as much playtime this week. It's more serious in nature. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And in that process, if you could please like, subscribe, and share away to anyone who would benefit from learning what energies they'll be working with for the next week. All right, and my name is Desiree de Lune, if I forgot to mention that. So let's start with Monday. Now, there is a lot of focus and concentration and structure and discipline that is present and available to us this week, especially during the weekdays, and Wednesday being a day that's quite prominent. And then on the weekend, oh, I feel like it's going to be more of how do we just get through the weekend? How can I just take care of myself so I can just swim through the weekend until the following week? So let's get going. We're going to begin with our sun. Now, this is actually our last day of sun in Aquarius, and starting Tuesday's big transition day, we are going into a Pisces season. We already are actually in a Pisces season because we have North Node here and we have all of these other planets. So Pisces energy is already quite prominent. But now that the sun will be transitioning there, it's just louder. It's more illuminated. It's more focused and amplified. So we'll get to that on Tuesday. But for Monday, we still have this last bit of Aquarius energy. Keep in mind, like, what is over, what house is Aquarius over? What number house is Aquarius over in your chart? That's where we're going to be tying up and finishing up like the loose ends in that area. And look, like I said before, Pluto is going to be here for the next 20 years. So it's still humming in the background. It's still a prominent part of our chart in our lives that will be greatly affected for the next 20 years. And with the sun being there this last month, we really were in it and seeing all of it. So a lot of tying up loose ends here in this sector of your chart. It also is in square with Uranus, which brings some unpredictability. Whenever Uranus is in a red line square to the moon or to the sun, well, you can't really prepare for something you don't know that's going to happen. However, just emotionally and mentally prepare yourself for something that just kind of like drives a wrench in your day and throws you a little bit off guard, and something you're going to have to just deal with and integrate with. I sometimes see it as like little fires popping up that you need to put out when we're having squares and oppositions with Uranus, when Uranus is part of that mixture. You could be a little bit more rebellious too and wanting something different than your normal routine as well. Okay, we do have Moon in Libra only for today because, yeah, Tuesday it transitions to another sign. And here with Moon in Libra, you're going to want to balance yourself out. I do appreciate the fact that Moon and Sun are in a nice trine. So this does bring some like emotional balance and harmony, and where your thinking and feeling is a bit more connected and aligned, feeling more confident. So if something does erupt in your day because of Uranus, at least Moon and Sun are in a good conversation where, like, you know what? We're just going to handle it. And you're going to find that emotional balance and just glide through it and dance through any issues that surface. So with the Moon in Libra, you're going to want some beauty and some harmony, some peace. So that's going to be what drives you. You're going to want to engage in things that bring calm, that bring peace for you. Now, Mercury. Let's go over to Mercury. Mercury has been in Pisces since last week. This was a big changeover because Mercury had been in Aquarius with Sun and Pluto for a while. And with Mercury in Pisces, this brings a qualitative change in the way that we are communicating with one another, with ourselves even. And so our thinking is not as much in the head. It's going to be more in the gut. It's more instinctive. It's emotional intelligence. It is also more sensitivity to yourself and to others. And the way that we talk is Pisces is very poetic. I feel that it's a very artistic sign. It impacts like music and poetry. There's a lot of romanticism here as well. So maybe the way that we talk is not so much like data, facts, and figures, but it's more like metaphors and symbolism and poetic in the way that we are having our conversations. So kind of pay attention to that. Do you see a qualitative shift in the way that you are speaking with others too? It does bring more interest because it's in Pisces, okay? So our minds and our attention and our focus are going to be going towards more Piscean things. So spirituality, meditation, metaphysics, things that are not as like practical in nature. So, if you are finding yourself interested in doing more meditations or diving into holistic healing, things of that nature, it's because Mercury is here in Pisces. And with this being in Pisces, this means we also have more access to our emotional experience, our deeper feelings, and there's heightened intuition and sensitivity and empathy and imagination. Is very yin, okay? It's very yin in nature. So very internal. So if you're finding yourself thinking more deeply, more philosophically, more spiritually, that's because Mercury is here in Pisces. We do have a square though of Mercury because Mercury, remember, it's our mind, and how we think and how we learn and how we process information. It does have a square to Jupiter, and that's going to be around for majority of the week till the 23rd. I believe to the end of the week. Until Sunday, we have this Mercury in square with Jupiter, and Jupiter can bring like a bit of over exaggeration to our communication and our speech. Also, like, remember, Mercury in Pisces is not facts and figures, it's not detailed. So it tends to have more of like a overview, broad strokes perspective rather than down to the fine details. So sometimes one of the challenges here is missing the important details because it's so fluid and it's so imaginative and it's very like big picture thinking and not necessarily the details in between. Okay, it can also create a little bit of miscommunication, misunderstandings too. The last one I want to point out for Monday is Mars that is in trine with Saturn. We talked about this last week and we're going to talk about it still every week because it's there and it's here till April 25th. I do really, really like this. And you know what? Mars at the end of February, this is finally leaving retrograde. It's going to be going direct. I believe it's like February 23rd. Actually, well, no, it's somewhere in the last week of February. I'm sorry, I can't remember exactly what day, but it's in the last week of February. It is going direct. So we are no longer going to be in Mars retrograde. I am so beyond excited about that because our energy is totally going to change there too. I mean, talk about even more forward momentum because we've had Uranus and Jupiter recently go direct and now we're going to have Mars go direct. So very exciting. So we'll still have this Saturn over here, this H with the line over it, and Mars in this trine even after it goes direct because it's going to be there till April 25th. And what I love about this is it's focused energy. You know, that's the theme of this week is deep focus here. It is disciplined in really like pursuing goals and your ambitions, and it's just a great way to channel your energy effectively. So I love the sustained effort because Saturn brings discipline and commitment. It brings a sustained effort. And then Mars brings the power and the energy and the vitality and the enthusiasm. And so, Saturn is super measured and well calculated. So this isn't just like random activity, okay? You are now, and even more so at the end of February when Mars goes direct, your actions, okay, your work, your efforts are going to be very, very specific, intentional, measured, focused, calculated, super productive. I love it. I love it. This is like my dream. So, and it's going to give you that physical endurance, especially when Mars goes direct. You're going to have more energy to follow through. It's action and follow through, action and follow through. And they're just like, they're singing together when they're in this trine in a very harmonious way. It's like a beautiful duet, a beautiful duet. Okay. All right. I'm super nerding out. Now let's go on to Tuesday. So Tuesday, there's a lot of depth and a lot of warmth here. Now, do you notice, look at our sun. Our sun has officially crossed over, and this is like a super stellium. I mean, we have Sun and Mercury and Saturn and the North Node and Neptune. I mean, if you don't know where Pisces is in your chart, I highly recommend going and looking that up. What house number? Comment below what house number is Pisces over, because it's getting hit in every which way. Now, overall Pisces energy. Let's just talk about Pisces first. Pisces is very sensitive. Water signs in general have extreme sensitivity, great intuition, a lot of empathy, compassion, imagination. So basically, your imagination and your intuition, your creativity, your empathetic nature, all of that is being so heightened and amplified. I mean, we have the sun shining on this, okay? And also remember, what house is this over? Like to give you an example, for me, it's over my seventh house. And so it being seventh house is about relationships, like your love relationships or business relationships, anyone you have a very intimate relationship with, close connection with, romantic or not, okay? It could be professional, it could be a friend. That sector of my chart is getting hit with all of these planets. So, yeah, I must say my relationship with my partner is really delightful right now because all of that empathy is there, that compassion is there, that intuition is there, that sensitivity, that listening, and dreaming together and creating together. It's so lovely. So, but you have a mixture of all of these profound energies, and this is Pisces is your dreams. It's your visions. It's your imagination. It's your art. It's your art. So you'll probably be spending more time in your style of art, your flavor of artistic expression, whatever it may be. You're probably going to go through a lot of spiritual and emotional healing. I mean, Pisces, think your spirituality and your emotional life. Okay. And so all of this, it's getting the planet of communication. It's getting the power and the confidence and vitality and illumination from the sun. You have Saturn that brings focus and discipline and boundaries. Think disciplined dreaming, disciplined spiritual and emotional healing. It's focused. I mean, I think that's really nice to have Saturn here because it, otherwise, because Neptune is the modern ruler of Pisces. So Neptune is Pisces, essentially. All the things I talk about Pisces is Neptune. So it's double time with Neptune being in Pisces, the imagination, the vision, the sensitivity, the heightened intuition, all of that. That's Neptune, especially rules visuals like film and photography too. But then when we have this grounding planet of Saturn, I was trying to put those two together, the grounding planet of Saturn, well, in all of this yin, in all of this fluidity of this water sign of Pisces, it's like we have just the right amount of form and structure and boundaries so that our dreams have feet to them. They're more material. It has boundaries around it. It's not just like floating off into the ethers. So there's some grounding component that Saturn brings here. And our sun's going to be here for the next month. And actually, like all of these planets are going to be here in the next month, all of them, because Neptune and Saturn move very, 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 very slowly. Yeah, it's Neptune that moves into Aries. I believe it's in March. We're going to have another big change in our matrix, our energetic matrix that we all swim in. But for now, look, Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. All right. So this is a call to go deep in. This is a call for deep self-reflection, all right? And listening and do your daily practices, do these rituals that are going to help you to connect into the power of all of these planets. Do your meditation, do your writing and journaling. Okay. Do breath work, do anything that is really touching your spirit and touching your emotional body, doing workshops that include like energy work and emotional healing, things of that nature. This next month is the season for all of that. And there's going to be a lot of intimacy too in our relationships, depth, connection, maturity, listening, bonding, strengthening of your relationships. So enjoy that. I do appreciate that. But let's talk about some of the other aspects that are going on. We have Moon in Scorpio. So with Moon in Scorpio, that is a very intense placement, very intense placement. Okay. So everything that's happening with Pisces, we also have Moon that is in trine with Saturn and Pisces. So Moon also has a direct connection to Pisces. Trines are really positive. So you're going to feel it all because Moon is your emotions and also your physical body. You're going to physically feel all of this that you are connecting into. And then what I like about the fact that it's in trine with Mercury. So it being in trine with, see, Mercury is 7 degrees here, and then you have Moon at 7 degrees. So with that trine, like you also have the ability to express and communicate exactly what you are going through. You're going to be able to put words and explain what is happening internally. So there is a lot of clarity and understanding that is available to you. We do have Moon square Pluto. So there is that. That's going to be one possibly difficult aspect, and Moon being in Scorpio too, because you're just intensely going to feel it all. But Moon square Pluto does bring some extremes. So whatever you're feeling, whether it's incredible and amazing and euphoric and just loving all of it, make it bigger. Pluto's going to make it bigger. Or whether you are feeling very overwhelmed or feeling distraught in any way, that Pluto will possibly make it bigger. What I do recommend, if you're getting the annoying, difficult side of Pluto bothering you, Moon's in Scorpio, what do? It's a water sign, water treatment, and not baths, showers, or waterfalls. I don't know if the weather permits for you to go under a waterfall or if that's even accessible, but a shower is usually quite accessible. So moving, running water or walking near like a creek with some running water, rushing water is another great way to handle that. We do have Venus in sextile with Jupiter. Thankfully, we've got that going on. This will be the last one I talk about for Tuesday. And this is a harmonious and positive aspect. This does, I think with all this Pisces energy and Venus represents relationships, this is going to bring a lot of like good connections and fun and laughter and joy and excitement and optimism and positivity to your relationships. So spend time with the people that matter, the people that you care about, people that you love. I do recommend that, I think. And it's also another good time for artistic pursuits and creativity. This could stimulate that. With all this Pisces energy and the Moon in Scorpio, and you have this lovely Venus sextile Jupiter, this would be the time to do something artsy. Okay, especially if you classify yourself as an artist. Okay. So Wednesday is going to be a big day. It's a big growth day. It's a very proactive day. But before we go into Wednesday, I would love to share with you this intensive that I will be beginning at the end of February. So we have an intensive called Time for It All. And this is to serve those empaths who have a hard time digesting and dealing with all of the energies that are bombarding them. And then as a result, struggle with being very efficient and effective with the hours within a day. So I approach time in a totally different way. And this is about honoring your rhythms and your cycles and your empathic nature. And we're going to deep dive looking at our relationship with time and how we interact with time in a very unique way, very different way. So just transforming and healing your relationship with time so that you don't feel like the day just goes and you feel like you've done nothing important. Okay. I mean, just put productivity aside because we do have this obsession in Western culture with productivity. I do for sure, but it's not about productivity. It's more about energy management, and it's understanding the quality of the energy that is within you and that is available around you and working with that so that you are accessing high quality energy all throughout the day and not just like random pockets and moments. So we're here to overwhelm that what do I do? Like, or you want to do something, but you don't feel like it. There's that as well that we're struggling with. Or like you have all of these ideas and you want to focus, but you just can't seem to gather yourself and bring yourself in. Or you go into burnout because you put attention to so many things and you're not recharging and refueling yourself properly as a hypersensitive. So this structure, we have 6 live gatherings over Zoom. We have plenty of time in between calls because I do give you very simple assignments. It's important. And we have essential oils that we use and plus other practices to really ground yourself with time. We do live calls. They're approximately about 2 hours per call, and you do get to have the recordings, and we have all the way up until May 30th. We do begin February 28th, but that whole container is open until May 30th. So in that time, you can go watch any of the calls and recordings whenever you like. So if for some reason you can't make it to the live, no worries. You have all of the recordings there available. So I give you very practical tools and homework to implement between sessions, and they're fun homework. Don't worry, it's not like an overwhelming thing. Community support, we have a Facebook group for this container, and then of course I'm always available. Email me if you need further assistance or outside of just the Facebook container and outside of the calls themselves. All right, so here we're going to create space for all that matters. And that's what Time for It All is. It's not about doing like everything. It's about only the things that truly nourish you, that satisfy you, that strengthen you, that empower you. This is not traditional time management type of course. I am using the wisdom of Chinese medicine, my own intuitive healing work, as well as using astrology. So you're getting at it from so many different angles so that you know how to move well through time. That's the ultimate goal here. Honor your divine design and just making room and space in your life for things that are very harmonizing and things that are healthy for you. Okay, so I look forward to it. We'll put the link down below. I'd love to see you in Time for It All. This is going to be a phenomenal intensive. I am so thrilled to share with all of you how to work with time, how to interact with time, and most importantly, heal your relationship with time so that by the end of the day, you feel satisfied and you feel full and complete by the end of your day, rather than, oh, I missed this and I missed that, and complaining about how the day just went and nothing happened, and etc. You gotta love and enjoy your days, seize the days and take advantage of all of the blessings and the miracles and the quality energy that is available to you. Okay, so continuing on, thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you there. Link down below. Wednesday is a growth day. It's a growth day. It's a get shit done day. It is proactive in nature. So, back to this stellium. Okay, just like we talked about on Tuesday, all of that still happening, and it's going to be happening for a while. But what I love again is just to highlight is that it brings, with Saturn here, it brings structure to all this Piscean energy, and it really helps us to deep dive into our spiritual and emotional realms, and also our creativity and our intuition, and grounding them and bringing them into this realm, into this world. So there is a huge focus on emotional growth and development, on our own personal spiritual growth and development. And we have this discipline and focus to attend to those things as well. And to add to that, we still have our moon in Scorpio, which again, you're feeling all of this very clearly. But we have this incredible grand trine between moon and Saturn and Mars. Okay, what does that mean? So these three, the trines are harmonious. They provide gifts. There's ease and flow available to us in this, and Moon also has this opposition to Uranus, so it has this quality of having a breakthrough and innovating, being very innovative, and like starting something different that is causing this great evolution within you. So it's further adding to this breakthrough of growth and development. And then with the moon, Saturn, and Mars. All right, let's talk about what each of these are. We have moon, all right, your emotional intelligence. We have Saturn that has to do with that structure and focus and commitment. It's commitment. It's discipline, commitment. It's follow through, right? And then you have Mars, which is our taking action. It's our passion. It's our enthusiasm. It's our motivation, our drive, our desires. It's what gets us to pursue things. Mars makes us move and move forward. It's a forward moving planet, okay? It is not idle. It is proactive. So that's what I'm talking about, this proactivity. So you have this proactive way of addressing your emotional wellness, your healing, your art, okay? Your personal development, your dreams, your goals and ambitions. All of that is just getting all of this energy and passion and action and focus. Oh, gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I love it. So, and then, just the other side things like this Mars in trine with moon is going to give us that boost. It's going to give us that confidence, that excitement and passion, and that boost of energy to do, to go, to move. Which I think is helpful with all this water, because sometimes water, it's more yin, it's more heavy, right? So it can just kind of just kind of melt into our chair, but then it's activated by all of this Mars and this Saturn energy that's present, and it's influencing Pisces energy as well. So lovely day of proactivity that we have on Wednesday. I'd say for Wednesday, let's say you've been meaning to do certain things and you just haven't gotten around to it, go schedule it in your planner for Wednesday. Because Wednesday, you're going to have the maturity, the wisdom, the passion, the excitement, the intelligence, and the calculated, measured way of going about things. It's you're strategic on this day, and you're in touch with your intuition and your imagination. I mean, it's perfection. I like Wednesday. Enjoy it. Okay. And it's breakthrough energy time with this Uranus opposition with moon. Start something new. Start something new there that you've been meaning to, but haven't got around to. Wednesday would be the day. All right. So Thursday. On Thursday, we have Moon in Sagittarius. It has transitioned over to a fire sign. And this brings a lot of also passion and enthusiasm. Fire just brings a lot of like thrill and excitement and a lot of adventure here too. Very open minded, open to see things in a different way. So, possibly like what just came out of Wednesday, you're going to have a lot of good perspective around it, a lot of optimism around it as well. As Moon in Sagittarius, it seeks truth. It always seeks truth. Okay, so we have Moon also in square with Sun. We do have that going on. Moon square Sun tends to bring a little bit of tension between your feelings and like your identity. So it can bring some challenges even in our relationships too. So we do have that happening in the background. Moon trine Neptune, though, I do love, love, love. This is very gentle energy. It's very intuitive. It's great for art, especially visual art. So I would do still maintain, pursuing something artistic, something creative. But this brings you deep into your inner world. Okay, deep into your inner world, it does provide some harmony. So I'm hoping that with the moon in Sagittarius, also in trine with Neptune, can overcome whatever annoyance that moon in square with sun could bring. I feel like we have a lot more positivity available to us. It's also in sextile with Pluto, and this brings a lot of depth and it brings the hidden to the surface. So I'm not too concerned about that moon square the sun. We've got a lot more positives going on. All right. So let's continue to, we have a couple more. My bad. We have a couple more we need to talk about. Mercury trine Mars. So we have Mercury over here at 11 degrees of Pisces, and it is trining Mars. I enjoy this because this brings a lot of like dynamic communication, very clear communication, a lot of decisiveness. That's always helpful. Making it easier to express yourself and to make decisions, good for negotiations or any kind of like hard conversations that you need to have, and if you need to just take initiative on certain things, you'll have that available to you. Quick thinking, quick problem solving, we get that with a Mars trine Mercury. And it's very direct communication. It's direct and confident. We're not like dancing around something. So it's very productive interactions that we would have with people, productive communications, conversations. We do have Mercury now beginning its conjunction with Saturn. So it's about 8 degrees away. Here's Mercury at 11 degrees and Saturn is at 19 degrees. And this is going to be around until March 1st. So we've got this the whole month, the rest of the month. And it's very serious, like in terms of the way that we're thinking and communicating. So that's what I'm saying. Like this week is not really like a let's go party and have fun and play kind of week. It's really getting down to business. So with this conjunction is when they're coming together, really close together within like a 10 degree. This is a great time for planning. Okay, detailed planning and taking care of tasks and problem solving, just like your everyday, like real world stuff that needs to get done. It's a bit more cautious and reserved as well in its thinking, but it does promote a lot of like clarity and precision. So your planning, your thinking is going to get a bit sharper and clearer. Like even though, we have Mercury in Pisces, which is that more like intuitive thinking, but as it's coming close to Saturn, I feel like it's a really good balance. It's almost like engaging both your left brain and your right brain, because Saturn is that, logic and reason. And then Pisces is that imagination and creativity. So that's why I like them together, because you're getting the best of both. You're getting a mixture of both, which is so balanced. It's so balanced. You're not going to go too extreme in one direction. So I feel like that's a nice aspect that's coming together, the conjunction. We also have Saturn that is in conjunction with Neptune, and that is only going to get closer. Granted, Neptune's going to go into Aries next month, but with Saturn and Neptune, we've been dealing with Saturn-Neptune conjunctions off and on for a while, because these are slower moving planets, so they're around. So to give you an idea, this Saturn Neptune are going to be within a conjunction all the way until May 14th of 2026. Okay, till May of next year. So long time. And this is again emphasizing more like the disciplined dreaming, making your dreams grounded in reality. Neptune is very dreamy, and Saturn is very practical and realistic. So we have, again, another iteration of like the best of both worlds, the ability to vision and imagine, and then the ability to bring it into this world and into this realm and put feet on it. So that's, you see this theme like happening over and over and over and again. So guess what this means? It's time to dream, to believe in your dreams, and act upon your dreams, because you have the energies to help you carry them out into reality. You understand what I'm saying? So please don't, like, I've even felt this myself personally. I've been able to dream again. There was a good long time for a couple of years. I feel like 20, especially like 22, 23, and some of 24, where I'm like, I can't even plan for the future. I don't even see it. It just felt like dreary. It just felt like there's nothing exciting to look forward to. It was just totally blocked and clouded. And it's like, why even bother dreaming? Because I'm going to get disappointed. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work out. So I'm just going to get through day by day and just survive, essentially. And now it's changed. It's different. Now it's like, oh, I could taste it. I could see it. And I want to believe in it. I'm going to believe in it now. And I'm going to take these steps, these forward steps, little by little, even if it takes 3 years, even if it takes 10 years, it's fine. But I see it now, and I see that it's possible. Whereas before, it didn't feel possible. It felt really super fantastical. Like, why even bother? It's not even realistic. So I hope that helps to capture kind of the sentiment of like where we're going and where humanity is going and where you're going. Okay, so that's our Thursday. Let's continue on to Friday. The rest are going to be pretty short. We have Moon still in Sagittarius. That brings out hopefulness and stuff. Look at all these trines. Look at that. There's a trine to Venus. This is going to be a really good time to socialize. So I would go out to dinner with somebody. Okay, go out to dinner. It is in square with Mercury, which can, bring a little bit of struggle in being able to express your feelings, can bring some tension between what you're thinking and what you're feeling. Yeah, there's some of that. But with this trine with Venus, I feel like, it would be really great going to a restaurant with somebody, and having food that you've never tried before. Like, let's say you've never had Peruvian food. Go, because Sagittarius loves like different cultures. Go try a Peruvian restaurant. Go try an Ethiopian restaurant. Go try a cuisine you've never had. All right, not like your typical, I don't know, Jack Allen's. That's what here in Texas. Like, no. Well, if you're in America, let's like move away from just American food. Like, this is not a hamburger or pizza kind of day. Go get some Ethiopian. All right. Okay. Anyways, so we have that going on. We do have Moon opposite Jupiter too. Right here, Moon is opposite Jupiter. This can bring some excesses, a little overindulging, so be cautious of that. But the Jupiter is furthermore is like adventurous. Do something way different, something new. That's Sagittarius and Jupiter energy is novelty, something you've never had before, experienced before, or go to a new museum you've never gone to. I don't know, just do something fun, exciting, artistic. Because Venus is part of this mixture, do something that is artistic in nature. Okay. All right. Saturday. We have Moon square Neptune. This can bring a little bit, because we still have Moon in Sagittarius, but it can bring a little bit of confusion, a little cloudedness. So it's kind of like you're walking through the fog a bit, some uncertainty. Your emotions can definitely be more sensitive and fluctuate. So I would just say overall, I would take it easy. I wouldn't do something too wild and crazy on this day on Saturday. That's the only thing I'm going to mention. Sunday, our moon does change. So it goes into Capricorn. Capricorn is practical, it's serious, it's disciplined, it's focused. So again, that disciplined focus energy is really coming through. We do have moon opposite Mars, and so that can bring some frustration and irritability and just kind of test your patience as well. So be cautious of that. We also have moon square Venus, which can create some tension and conflict within our relationships. This is why I say over the weekend, like, it's a little bit testy, it's a little bit confusing and cloudy. Like, I would keep it a calm, chill weekend. I wouldn't be like booking yourself out busy this weekend. I mean, for like when I look at this, I feel like I just want to be on my own. I just want to be at home, keep it real simple, keep it real light. Like this is not a time to be like all over the place because I feel like you have a potential for some arguments and disagreements and just a little bit of explosive in nature as well. So yeah, that's my recommendation. We do have a T square on Sunday between Moon, Mars, and Venus. Yeah, so all the more reason. Like relationships are going to be a little bit testy, a little strained here in the way that we interact. I mean, there's just going to be a lot of opinions and a lot of fieriness as well. And there could be this clashing that happens. So let's not test that too much. Okay. So that is the forecast for the week. Thank you so much for listening. And please go ahead and check out Time for It All. The link is down below. I look forward to seeing you there. I look forward to working with you and helping you manage your own personal energy and knowing how to get the best and the most out of your day and experience like rich quality chi within your days so you feel like your life is a success and not a scattered chaotic mess, because that used to be me. And when you're hypersensitive, like it's even more important to get a handle on things because as a hypersensitive, as an empath, is not just about time management, it's about energy management, and that is the main focus. All right, love you all. We will see you in the next forecast.